Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor. Updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. Brought to you by SCDHEC. Visit scdhec.gov for testing and vaccination sites. SCDHEC. Healthy people, healthy communities. In it together, SC and the South Carolina Diabetes Advisory Council presenting Wellness Wednesday every week on Coping with COVID. The City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, helping to meet the needs of small, minority, and women-owned businesses in the City of Columbia. Agape Counseling and Training Services. If you're having a challenge coping with COVID, visit Agape Counseling and Training Services at agapects.com. The Comet Bus System, offering free rides to get your COVID vaccine. Don't miss your shot. Visit catchthecomet.gov. Javis Financial Services, with over 20 years of experience. Computers Unique, Dutch Square Mall. Honest, professional, reliable computer sales and service. Palmetto Media Connections, connecting media and communities together. Coping with COVID from SCDHEC. In it together, SC, the South Carolina Diabetes Advisory Council, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, Agape Counseling and Training Services, the Comet Bus System, Javis Financial Services, Computers Unique, and Palmetto Media Connections.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.
Happy Thursday and welcome to Coping with COVID. I'm Tre Tailor, and 'tis the season for hurricanes. And Melody Cook is going to join us from the American Red Cross to get us ready. Melody, thank you so much. We're looking forward to getting all of this great information because South Carolina gets hit with hurricanes.
They do. And we are right in the middle of peak season, so now is the time to prepare.
Well, we're going to find out more about that coming up next. Plus, the Ultimate White Party is coming to Columbia. What is it? I'm getting ready to say dinner en blanc again, Bianca. What is it? Because I'm not French.
Dinner en blanc.
Listen, if you have been saying dinner en blanc, you are wrong, but we're going to get you right today. Dinner en blanc is coming to Columbia, and organizer Bianca Shelton is here to give us the 911. Both of these ladies and more coming up next on Coping with COVID. Thank you, ladies, so much. We look forward to talking to you soon. But first, your COVID community updates. South Carolina has the highest rate of new COVID cases in the country, slightly ahead of Alabama and Tennessee. Vaccinations are also low in our state. Less than half of South Carolinians have received their vaccination. Consequently, more schools are switching to virtual learning. Woods Elementary School is the fourth school in Lexington District 2 to make the change. 3 Lexington 1 schools and all schools in Clarendon counties are now currently back to online learning. Now, it's all due to the amount of new COVID cases and exposure. All activities, including athletics and clubs, have been put on hold. Meals are still available to students. You can call 803-739-8381 for days, times, and location for meal pickup. And more than 200 homes and businesses are coming to Orangeburg. The 601 project will launch with 177 single-family homes across from Orangeburg, Wilkinson High School. The second part will include retail, restaurants, and townhomes on 50 acres of land near Orangeburg Calhoun Technical College. SCDHEC has your most up-to-date list of times, dates, and location for COVID testing in and around South Carolina. Visit scdhec.gov for more information. All COVID vaccinations, if you are a veteran, will be taken care of by the VA. You can see that information on the screen. Also, Kroger pharmacies are offering COVID vaccinations. You can check the screen for details about that. Also, CVS is also offering COVID vaccinations. That includes the CVSs located in Target stores. Hey, don't miss your shot. If you want to get a free ride to get your vaccination, the Comet Bus System is offering that. And if you or someone you know is a senior or having some challenges with getting or making your COVID vaccination appointment, Get Set Up is giving free help to those who need it. Now, there are several financial resources in relation to COVID, including FEMA is giving reimbursement for COVID funeral expenses. Again, that information is on the screen. The South Carolina Bar Association and SC Legal Services has a toll-free number and website for rental and mortgage help. Plus, Richland County has a rental assistance program. You can visit richlandcountysc.gov. Lexington County also has a bill assistance program, and Dominion Energy and SC Housing have combined to give bill assistance for both rent and utilities. In addition, SC Housing has a website and a program for frontline workers. They're helping with home buying assistance. Now, the South Carolina Department of Mental Health has launched SC Hopes. It is a website and toll-free number for anyone having some challenges coping with COVID. Visit SC Hopes. Coming up today until about 6 o'clock this evening, there's a blood drive for sickle cell. We talked to several of the nurses organizations last week about this big blood drive, specifically for those folks who have sickle cell disease. But if you want to donate blood, you can stop by the Red Cross today. They're giving you snacks too, so stop on by. The No Judge, No Jail event is going to happen again next week from the Fifth Circuit Solicitor's Office. Stopped by there yesterday, and almost 100 people came between the last 2 days and got taken care of. I'm telling you, it was such an exhilarating event. I just have to say, because so many people, we heard story after story of people who had been walking around. One guy had been walking around with a warrant since the 80s, looking over his shoulder, thinking that something would happen to him. And thankfully, because of this event, and it's going to happen again next Tuesday and next Wednesday, people are getting their lives back. And I say that because we actually heard people say they feared going to church, going to jobs, and even being with their family because they didn't know what was going to happen. So again, please spread that information about the No Judge, No Jail event happening at Trinity Baptist Church in Columbia, South Carolina, next Tuesday and Wednesday from 5 until 8 p.m. A couple of job openings I want to tell you about. The United States Postal Service is looking for employees. You can go to the website there. Richland School District 1 is looking for bus drivers. There's a $500 signing bonus for bus drivers and a $1,000 signing bonus for teachers. Several websites are on the screen right now that you can check that out. I'm Tre Tailor, and you're watching Coping with COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. We're streaming live on the Tailor-Made production page on Facebook. Please go over there and hit like and follow and share so that not only you can watch Coping with COVID Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 2 p.m., but you can also find out about all of your COVID-related updates. We're also streaming live on YouTube. I want to say hi to all of you YouTubers. Thank you so much for joining us on Coping with COVID. And we also have a presence on Instagram. Now, if you have a question or a comment, of course, we've got our chat box open. So please hit the chat box and we will get your question answered. It's hurricane season in South Carolina. And to prepare us, Melody Cook joins us from the American Red Cross. Melody has worked with Red Cross and the SBA on disaster relief in response to Hurricane Katrina, Hurricane Rita, and other relief programs related to health, nutrition, and disaster management in developing countries. Hey, thank you so much for joining us today, Melody. And thank you for all of your work that you've been doing.
Oh man, I love my job. This is what I get to do for a living. I consider myself the lucky one. So thank you so much for having me today.
Absolutely. So listen, we're in the midst of hurricane season right now in South Carolina. Is that correct?
It is. Our peak season really kind of begins August 15th and arguably runs through October 15th, although some might say September 15th. So now is the time to prepare. And it's National Preparedness Month all across the United States. So definitely get your preparedness plans in place.
All right, so let's talk about preparing, and we're going to put up the emergency preparedness website because Red Cross has a website specifically for this. What do we need to do to get prepared? Now, we can't do it before hurricane season because we're in the midst of hurricane season. So tell us some of the things we need to do to get prepared for hurricane season.
Well, at American Red Cross, we talk about preparedness and really talk about 3 components. That's going to be get a kit, make a plan, and be prepared. As you're kind of scrolling and seeing across the screen right now, we have a wide array of preparedness programs that are geared to different target audiences to really help you dive in deep with you, your household, your community, your social networks to understand what is the role I play in preparedness and how do I really do it effectively? So you're prepared if the time comes where an emergency event happens. The more you're prepared ahead of time, hopefully we can reduce and even avoid the impacts as much as possible.
Yeah, you mentioned that there are resources for each age group. I want to talk about that in just a minute, but it says right here on the website, be Red Cross ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed. What's in the kit?
Okay, so making a kit. So we're kind of talking about gathering critical supplies before an emergency event. And there's two ways to really look at this. We have like a go bag, kind of right here, maybe a backpack. That's where if I need to evacuate, there's a mandatory evacuation by my local officials, which I'm staying informed and listening. And if they say I'm in danger and I need to evacuate, I'm going to grab my go bag, which I hope has about a 3-day supply of things I need to keep myself and my household safe. That's going to include food and water and charges and medications, first aid kits, masks, maybe even gloves. I didn't have gloves in my supply kit before the pandemic. I now do. So those are things in your go bag, your 3-day supply kit if you need to evacuate. But also, if you shelter in place, it's safe enough where you can shelter in your home and you don't have to evacuate. Really working on building a 2-week supply of those emergency supplies. So critical supplies, hygiene, sanitation, protective gear, baby supplies. Every one supply kit is going to look a little bit different because it's going to be customized to you and your household. So what does that look like? It's going to look like different. It's different for me than it is for my parents.
Right, right. Yeah.
So that's a brief introduction into it.
All right. So after we've made our kit, where do we keep our kit, Melody?
Keep your kit close.
Okay.
So this really is my go bag. So recently we had tornado warnings where I live. So this was not on my shelf. It was right next to my bed. So I knew that I need to keep that as I went to sleep at night. I have my go bag right next to my bed. So your supplies, wherever you keep them, make sure they're accessible and available. This is not something where you're like, oh, I do the supply kit and then I'm going to put it up in my garage where we can't really reach it.
Right. Yeah, so it needs to be accessible. Yeah, that's interesting because again, accessibility is also different for everybody. I'm sitting here thinking, do I keep it in my bedroom? Do I keep it downstairs in the kitchen? And is there one kit for the whole family, or is there a kit for each member of the family?
Well, I love that you said that because that can be different for each household, and that is really decided when you're making that plan. Is it better for your household to have individual go bags, or do you want to have one big go bag for the whole family? Do you have a go bag for your pets? Do you put that into the family supply kit that you're going to take with you? Same thing for that shelter in place. That one's a little bit easier. I'll tell you my personal strategy. My family uses our shelter in place kit for everyone, and then we have individual go bags. But it really changes, and you have the ability to customize what works best for you and your household.
Melody Cook joins us from the American Red Cross. It's hurricane season, y'all, and she's telling us what we need to do to be prepared. So we've got our kit, whether we decide to do one kit per person or one kit for everybody. We've got our kit. We figure out where we're going to put it, not in the garage where we can't get to it, but someplace accessible. Now, how do we make a plan?
There's many types of components that go into your plan. So I'm gonna just name off 3. One's gonna be a shelter in place plan. I kind of alluded to that earlier. I said if you do not need to evacuate, you're in a safe area where local officials have said you do not need to evacuate. You make a shelter in place plan. What does that look like to shelter in place for up to 2 weeks? Meaning you and your family, your household would be safe for up to 2 weeks and fairly independent to provide for all of your needs. So that includes things like water, having a gallon of water per day per person, half for drinking, maybe half for sanitation per person. Then you have an evacuation plan. That's going to look totally different from your shelter in place plan. So maybe you talk to family or friends that live in another state or far away from your disaster or emergency area, where you'll have kind of like a mutual aid agreement where if something were to happen to our household, we can evacuate to your location. If something were to happen in your location, you can evacuate to our location. No hotels, no Airbnbs, no Verbo. All these things to know ahead of time what you're going to put into your evacuation plan. And then having a really good communication plan. Who are all the members in your household? How do you communicate to each other in times of emergency if you don't have phone cell service? So text messages a lot of times will work. Social media actually, well, it can be a point of disinformation. It also is a great tool to communicate and let people know that you're safe.
Right.
Having a meeting location, both in your residential area, but also maybe outside of your area for a larger scale disaster. So all those things are types of plans that you and your household need to talk about now if you haven't started talking about it already. It's not too late to prepare.
Right. I'm glad you said that because, again, we need to, even though, like you said, we're in the midst of hurricane season, we right now don't have one. So this is a good time to get prepared. All right. So what is the best? You mentioned social media and some other ways to stay informed. How do we stay informed about what's going on during the hurricane and after?
News is a great place. Listening to your weather forecasters. South Carolina Emergency Management Division has an app that you can download for South Carolina residents that will keep you in the know on different emergency events, as well as the American Red Cross has an emergency app that you can download at any of the Google Play or App Store, whatever phone you might use. Those are excellent resources to stay informed. And the key about staying informed, listening to your local officials, local weather forecasters, is to stay informed during, before, and after. So it's all, so I guess I changed that to before, during, and after. You need to stay informed through the whole cycle. So that is something that runs all the time. Always staying informed, always staying connected into the community because they know what's going on, your local emergency and managers, and they're trying to make sure you and your household and your community and neighborhoods are safe.
Melody Cook is joining us from the American Red Cross. I'm Tre Tailor. You're watching Coping with COVID. Please continue to post and share this information out. Such important information, particularly now because it is hurricane season. We see what's happening. So many places, now that are experiencing severe weather conditions. And, you never want it to happen to you. But if it does, you want to be prepared. So Melody, what about there are different plans that we need to be conscientious about for home, school, and work? Tell us about that.
That is a great point. I think you have a little bit of preparedness already inside of you. So it's good to make these plans where you work, where you live, and where you play. And that's not always the same place for all of us. So make sure you know the hazards in those areas. Even if you're traveling and going to visit family in another state, another region, being prepared says, what are the local hazards in that area? And what should I do to be safe in that area? So taking that into consideration all the time, you got it.
Yeah. All right. And then what about, I see that on your website, you have certain resources for elderly and for kids. I love that you have like the Monster Guard app to download for kids 7 to 11. And then you've got the specific kits for kids, Prepare with Pedro for 5 to 7-year-olds, and then the Pillowcase Project from 8 to 12-year-olds. Tell us about the Children's Initiative.
Okay, so with Pedro and with the pillowcase, what we're trying to do is make sure that children understand hazards and then understand and know and feel equipped. So it almost even builds their self-esteem that they can be prepared for emergencies ahead of time. And preparing for emergencies is the things that we've talked about right now, which are those critical supply kits, knowing your go bag, what goes into it, your blankets, your flashlights, but it's also being prepared in your mind and in your heart with coping skills. And that's super important. And we touch on that in really great ways at American Red Cross through dynamic videos of showing people how you can use coping skills ahead of time, not only in emergencies, but you can use that anytime. So if you can, definitely come attend a virtual preparedness program as a family or as a household with younger kids, because sometimes it can be intimidating to know about how to talk about emergencies with younger kids, so you don't incite fear. Red Cross, we know how to do this. We know how to talk about it, and we can give you that terminology that you, as the grown-up in children's life, can continue to carry out in your plans for your household using that terminology.
Yeah, so people can actually go to the emergency preparedness website for Red Cross and sign up or sign their children up for these particular courses. So, like you said, that they can become knowledgeable and empowered. Again, it's Prepare with Pedro, 5 to 7 year olds, and then Pillowcase Project for 8 to 12 year olds. And as you can see, once you go to the website, all you have to do is click to select to Prepare with Pedro and get the presentation materials. And then, of course, there is some presentations for adults also, and then CPR. I love that. You can also go to the Red Cross site and get information about CPR, which is something we all need to learn about.
No, absolutely. You wouldn't, I don't know if anyone would know this or it's common knowledge, but after an emergency event, indirect deaths often do happen due to cardiac arrest. So,
Wow.
and those lives that are saved when someone's having a kind of a cardiac arrest event are helped usually by a bystander. So with hands-only CPR, that's not the full certification, but that is one of our free trainings, free preparedness trainings, where we'll take your willingness to act and give you simple skills through the chest compression so you can maybe help someone after an emergency event if they have a cardiac arrest emergency. And that is a key tool to have in your toolkit as you prepare for emergencies.
Melody Cook joins us from the American Red Cross. 'Tis the season for a hurricane, y'all, and we are trying to get prepared and ready now before we have a hurricane. You can see the information on the screen right now. If you want more information, all of this information is great resources. I want to say hi to Mitchell Peachjoy Jen, who says great information. Thank you, Mitch, so much for joining us. And also Danae Bright, Doug Jones says very good information on how to always be prepared for an emergency. He said it's not, but if when a disaster happens. You're right, Danae, not if, but when, because a disaster is going to happen. And like Melody is saying, we want to know what to do before, not after. Mitchell Peachjoy Jen wants to know, Melody, how can someone volunteer for Red Cross, and what are the volunteer opportunities? Thank you for the question.
Oh, yes. Thank you for that question. There are so many ways to volunteer at American Red Cross. So right now we are asking for people to volunteer. If you have a health medical background, we need nurses and doctors to come help us. If you're wanting to work in shelters, you can come work. We will give you the training to operate in a shelter to help serve those communities. You can donate blood. Red Cross provides around 40% of the United States national blood supply. So we want to make sure our blood supply stays strong, which can be taxed in times of emergencies. So give of your blood if you can do that, as well as financial donations too. You can, right now, we'll respond to many emergency and disaster events that have happened recently. You can call Red Cross, make a financial donation, and even designate it to, say, Hurricane Ida relief. So definitely contact your local Red Cross chapter and find a way that you can be involved, because I promise you, every single person can play a part with American Red Cross.
Awesome. Thank you, Mitchell, for your question. So, what about community, Melody? There are things, I mean, one thing that Mitchell said, volunteering, that's certainly something we can do to be engaged as far as the community. What are some other ways? I know you want to kind of talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, if anytime I talk about preparedness, if you're seeing us on Facebook or YouTube, even after the live presentation, think to yourself, what is one way that I can move myself, my household forward, one step in preparedness planning? And what is one way that I can move my community forward in preparedness planning? So I'm going to give you a cheat sheet on that. Share about the Red Cross preparedness programs that are there virtually that they can attend. It happens every single month, usually in the third and fourth weeks. There on that website. That is how you can get the community prepared, just by getting that information out. That we have a program that's called Ready Rating at American Red Cross. This is really geared to businesses, schools, organizations, churches. We're going to help you not only for free with your emergency operations plan, as well as then once you have your organization, school, business, church, whatever prepared, you then can be a light into your community to encourage preparedness plans. Does that make sense? So it's a chain reaction. It's almost like you tell everyone else, get prepared yourself, and then inspire preparedness planning for others. Make it real and make it tangible. It's free, it's available, and every single person needs it. We all have to champion it.
Yeah. Melody Cook with Direct Service Manager at Palmetto, South Carolina region of the American Red Cross. You can see her information and all of the contact information right there for the American Red Cross. We've been checking out the website. Please go over there and check it out, because there are so many excellent resources available right there on the emergency preparedness website. Again, resources for every member of your family. Want to learn how to make your home safer? Prepare with Pedro and the Pillowcase Project with your little ones, the hands-on CPR, and the Red Cross Ready for adults. And then, of course, all of the apps that you can download to make sure you are ready. Like one of our viewers said, not if, but when a disaster happens, and you want to be ready right now. Make a kit, make a plan, and then do what you need to do. Melody?
And if we're talking about community preparedness, right now, there's a way to build up community preparedness. For those of you who are watching and seeing this after, you put in the comments right now one tip that maybe you put it in your supply kit, something that you put in your supply kit that you think everyone should do. Put those comments and suggestions in the comments right now. Share that information, and you're making the community more prepared.
I love that, Melody. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's right. Like Melody said, put a tip in the comments, and just let's share the information and let's strengthen our community. Melody Cook, Direct Service Manager at Palmetto, South Carolina region of the American Red Cross. Melody, thank you. Thank you so much for all of this incredible information, all of the resources you and your coworkers at the Red Cross provide for us, not only during times of disaster, but during all times. We appreciate it so much. Oh, Mitchell said, she said insurance papers. That's a good tip.
Yeah, safeguarding critical documents, an absolute must in hurricane preparedness and any type of preparedness.
That's right. Melody Cook, thank you again so much for joining us today on Coping with COVID. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say something?
Get prepared. Everyone get prepared.
Get prepared. Get prepared. Okay. Coming up, the ultimate worldwide white party is coming to famously hot Columbia, South Carolina. Danae, you've been saying it wrong, and I have too. Danae and Blanc, Bianca Shelton, Crawford Shelton is coming up next to tell us all about it next on Coping with COVID. I'm Tre Tailor. You could
Computers, they're a part of our everyday lives. But when they're not working, they're an everyday problem. So call Computers Unique, your everyday solution. 803-351-5821. Is your computer running slow? Won't turn on? Do you need a screen replaced? Or maybe you just need another computer? Well, Computers Unique is your one-stop shop for all your computer needs. They have a wide variety of new and pre-owned PCs, Macs, and tablets. So call Computers Unique, Dutch Square Mall. 803-351-5821. 803-351-5821.
Let Palmetto Painting Services take the worry out of your next home painting project. We can paint anything. Our business is about interior painting and exterior painting. We offer services for residential and commercial properties. Restore the life to your home with a fresh coat of paint from Palmetto Painting Services. References are available upon request. Give us a call at 803-546-4570 today.
The Comet gives me a reliable source of transportation.
It's very convenient to me, and they have wonderful drivers.
It's clean and it builds community. It's fun to meet people.
It makes me feel like really independent. It's just fun.
It's always going to be there and it gets me everywhere I need to go.
We try to ride every single day. Comedy is our livelihood.
How will you remember the year 2020?
COVID.
Losing my job.
Working 12-hour shifts in a mask.
Losing my grandma to COVID.
COVID has claimed thousands in South Carolina and strained our health system, schools, businesses, and families. If you're struggling and need to talk, call SC Hopes. That free call can help put you in touch with people who can help. This goes for healthcare workers, teachers, restaurant employees, parents, anyone and everyone. SC Hopes, mental health and addiction support for challenging times.
I'm Tre Tailor, and you're watching Coping with COVID, updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. We are streaming live on the TailorMade production page. Please go over there, hit like, follow, and share so that you can check out Coping with COVID Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday at 2 p.m. And then the first Monday with George Wallace, and also get all of your COVID-related update. We're also streaming live on YouTube. I want to thank everyone for watching us on YouTube. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and post and share. Well, the ultimate white party is coming to Columbia, South Carolina. Dîner en Blanc was launched in 1988. Did you know that? In Paris by Francois Pasquier and a few of his friends. The 30th anniversary in 2018 drew 17,000, 3 zeros, y'all, 17,000 people. And now the event is all over the world. Hong Kong, LA, Vancouver, Buenos Aires, Mexico, Sydney, New York, Philadelphia, Toronto, and this month in Columbia, South Carolina. One of the organizers, award-winning educator and blogger and media strategist and co-host of the Columbia event, Crawford Shelton. Are you hyphenated?
Yeah. I'm not. I just do Crawford Shelton because everybody knows me as Bianca Crawford. But my husband was like, that's got to go. So legally, no. Professionally, yes.
I love that. Well, you are joining us. Thank you so much for joining us. Super excited about this new venture. So tell me, how did you learn about Dîner? And thank you for checking me, girl. Dîner en Blanc.
Well, actually, Tre, you've been in media for years. Actually, one of my partners is Tara Robertson. Now she's Frasier, but she was here on Watch Fox. She was the face of the lottery. She worked for Scanna. So she's actually, her along with Leo Bennett are the hosts for Charlotte. And so prior to the pandemic, they called me and said, hey, we want to do this in Columbia. Have you heard about it? Let's try to do it in Columbia. So Dîner en Blanc is actually a licensee that you buy for each city. So we have the Columbia license, and we're so excited because this event has sold out. Columbia is super, super excited about it. And we're just excited to have like a super upscale, white, classy event with lots of great entertainment. So
yeah. Maxine Moses says, pronounce it again, please.
Who
keeps saying it?
But it's spelled D-I-N-E-R. So, people, yeah, but it's Danae and Blanc because it's
Danae and Blanc. So, all right, so you became involved, and then what happened? COVID happened, right?
COVID happened, so 2020 was canceled. We were done. We were like, okay, we'll have to pick this back up. So in 2021, when we felt like we were coming out of the pandemic, we started planning again. So it's just been amazing. We do have some COVID. I know this is coping with COVID. It's the name of your show. So we do have some COVID conscious, precautions in place for the event. But we're just super. Oh, I'm sorry. We're super excited about it. We are just. I mean, it's Trey. It's gonna be amazing.
Well, I look forward to. This is so exciting. So tell me, what is the goal of the event? I mean, I know, and I mentioned, back in 1988, Francois Pasquier, and I'm assuming I'm pronouncing his name right, started this. It was just, because I'm not French, it was just, started as a way to get people together. So is there a goal or purpose of the event, Bianca?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a dinner with friends. It is an opportunity for you to fellowship, and honestly, the goal, I mean, now that COVID is here, this may not be your goal as much, but the goal is to sit next to people you don't know, to have new, fresh conversations, to enjoy what the city has to offer, to enjoy the entertainment and all the little surprises that we'll have at the event. But I mean, it's really just an amazing time to have a great picnic. I mean, we have great vendors. We have the friendly caterer. We even have a great florist, Sean, who just opened her business during COVID. So, I mean, we have all these great businesses. We have the Lick. So if you want something cold, mixed with a little margarita, maybe some pina colada, you can buy that. And of course, the Biltmore wines came in, so you can drink wine. So it's very French.
Yeah, very French. All right. So what are the steps? What do you have to do? Well, you said it's sold out. So I don't know what you can do.
But let me explain it, because for next year, people will want to know this. Okay.
Right.
So Danae and Blanc, when I said dinner with friends, so basically it's friends of friends. So phase one are people that are friends of the host. So those are the people that me, Tara, Leo know, maybe our friends know. You get into phase one. When you're in a phase one, then you get to invite a friend. So you can come. So everything is in twos. So Trey, you have a +1, and then you say, oh, I'm phase one. Let me invite Karen. So now Karen comes with a +1. So she's a phase two. So phase two are invites. And then phase three is the general public. So we always go on sale to the general public where anybody can get a ticket.
Oh,
I should say get a ticket, has the ability to get a ticket.
Has the ability. So what can we talk about ticket prices?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Okay. So what you do is you pay $10 for the membership, and that's to international. So that's for Danae and Blanc International. So actually what that does is that puts you in the system, so you can go to other Danae and Blanc. So you can go to Charlotte.
That's cool.
Charlotte has been around for 3 years. They just finished their third one, but Savannah is a new city this year. So Savannah just went on sale, I think, last week. Tampa is new this year. Greenville just had theirs earlier. Now Charleston has actually had theirs for a while, but there are new cities popping up every single year. We have Greensboro coming online next month. So it's a great opportunity. So that's the fee you pay to international. Then you pay $43 per person. So you pay that twice for you to come. And that's for you to experience everything that Danae and Blanc has. You get the opportunity to buy things in our e-store, which now you can buy ice, you can buy food, you can buy wine, you can buy those cold treats, you can buy your floral arrangements. Then the thing about Danae and Blanc, which I think people are like, really? You have to bring your table and chair. So it's like a moving picnic. So you don't know, you have no idea where the location is literally until you walk on it.
Wow.
So you meet at your departure point. Your group leader, your table leader, gives you some instructions, hands you a mask, takes the roll, makes sure everybody's there, and they say, let's start walking. And you don't know where you're going. And then all of a sudden they say, we're here. And you start setting up.
And then you're here. You're wherever you
start setting up your table, and you start experiencing the night.
Wow. And I think that is one of the things, and we're looking at the Instagram page, and I think that's one of the things that I have been fascinating about it, and why people love it so much, because of the mystery surrounding it. Yeah.
It's definitely a mystery. I mean, we have actually what they call Danaers, people that go to all the different cities. We have a couple of people in Columbia. The Columbia will be like their 5th or 6th one. So
Oh,
they go
wow.
into cities in other places. I mean, as far as like Philadelphia, we have a volunteer that's been to the one in Paris. I mean,
Oh,
people
wow.
really get into it because it's really an experience and it's really an opportunity to meet new people, to see people in the community, to really have conversations. Because I think everybody thinks you have to sit at your table that you set up. No, you get to move around and talk to different people and see your friend over there and be like, hey, girl, go take a picture, see the photo. But, you have all these things to do. So it's really exciting. Yeah.
Yeah. So you have to do you bring your food, or you can either bring your food, or you do have different vendors that people can purchase food from.
Right.
Correct?
So if you purchase in the e-store, you don't bring that. You show up and we give it to you. You go pick it up. So that's the easy thing. I think this year people will realize that you probably need to buy the food from us, because who wants to track all of that, blocks and blocks, because you don't know where you're going.
So going, right, girl,
And Sandra Sims and her husband, and they're amazing. The friendly caterer is amazing. So we tell people you probably just want to buy the food. And the good thing about it is, Trey, our prices are for two. So when you get the chicken or you get the salmon, that $40 is for two people to eat, not just one.
Okay.
Now, I do want to make sure that people understand that this is not a homecoming tailgate or tailgate situation. It is not BYOB. You have to buy the wine from us. You cannot be drinking in the city of Columbia, just out drinking.
Oh, willy-nilly.
Yes. You need to purchase your wine from us. So even if you don't buy the food, if you want to drink anything, please buy it from us. Or CPD will, unfortunately be on hand.
You and your white outfit.
But we love you. But we cannot break the law for you.
Right.
So please, yeah. But I mean, we've tried to make it as affordable as possible. It's all about the fellowship and the fun, honestly.
Yeah, and it sounds like it. All right, so people can go to the website. We were looking at the website earlier. They can go to the website. They can rent, like you said, they can bring their table, they can rent their table, they can purchase their food on site. And I even saw where they could purchase ice on site, which is great.
We're bringing ice. Yes, so you don't have to we're trying to cut down on what you have to bring. So if you're bringing in that table, everybody has to bring in that table and chair. We're trying to cut down. Come in, do that, and get everything from us.
Yeah. Now, there was another thing that I thought was very interesting. And I think it was on the IG page that said, this is how you don't come. This word, what not to wear. And I thought she looked kind of cute with a little white dress on with a if she probably needed a spank, I think she needed a spank, but I'm just saying.
This is not pink ice, ma'am. This is not pink ice, and I'm AKA. Shout out to all my songs.
Okay.
This is not pink ice. But also, Trey, it's gonna be hot.
Right.
I mean, you're gonna be
so
out
what
there.
Are you saying? Okay, so it's not pink ice. So what are you saying? Don't wear your.
It's classy. It's classy. Wear your nice spring dress. Bring your nice, cute little number. I would say it's not quite.
It's not formal.
It's not formal, but it's like, you have a new boo and you like, this is our first and second date. Let me come white cute.
What? Don't wear your wedding gown. Don't wear your recycled wedding gown.
For women, we always tell them, we know you love your high heels, but please wear flats while you're walking. Yeah.
Because you're walking. And you keep saying that. You're walking, you don't know where you're going. And I'm assuming it's going to be a big place because you said you sold out. So can you tell me how many people?
Yes, there will be 1,100 people there.
Wow. Okay.
But we'll be outside wearing our mask. Somebody asked, how can you volunteer? Oh, go ahead.
All right. Yeah. Well, I want to know you. So we do have to wear masks.
Yes. So we have an amazing, and I think you actually had him on here last week because I was picking up the mask. Rhino.
Yeah.
Lance Brown. So Lance has donated all the white masks for the event. So
they are so great.
I love Lance. I went to Carolina with him. He's a Gamecock. He's amazing. He is an amazing entrepreneur, but he really does. He is doing the Lord's work and giving these masks. But so he's our mask sponsor. So he's donated enough masks for everyone to have a perfectly white, brand new mask. So we're doing that. We'll have sanitation stations for everyone. We'll be taking temperatures. So we're doing everything that we can. And also we're encouraging people to sit by people they know. Since it's friends of friends. Yeah. Trey, if you're there, put one friend on one side, one friend on the other, and y'all can, have dinner there. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So I know it's like secret squirrel, super top secret, but is there anything that you can share with us generically that's different about the Columbia famously hot Dene and Blanc?
I will say that it is downtown Columbia. It will be downtown Columbia. There will be a lot of entertainment. So you will be tintillated with your ears and your eyes.
Okay.
So there'll be a lot going on there. And I'll just say we have some amazing talent. So whether you like a live band or a crunk DJ, we got something for everybody.
Okay. Yeah. Different types of music, jazz, R&B.
Yeah, so when you come in, there'll be French music, of course.
It's Dene and Blanc.
So we'll have that, but yeah, we'll have all genres of music. I think whether you're 21 and there because you can just started being able to drink, or you're 75 and you're enjoying a night out with, your significant other, or, maybe you're looking for someone else.
Which this was going to be the other thing I was going to ask is, do you think this is an event for couples or for singles?
I think, because I remember your show. your other show.
That's right.
I think it's actually for both. And what I'll say is, I think this is a great event also for you to grab your girlfriend and someone else to grab their homeboy.
Yeah.
Y'all have a dinner. And I mean, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's going to be moving so much that you're able to have intimate conversations, or, move over here and have a conversation because you're outside.
Right.
So you can use the entire space of where we are. So I think it'll be an amazing thing with that. And then I also think because of the entertainment we have, there'll be lots of different genres of music and stuff. And then, what else is better than have a conversation with a glass of wine?
Yeah. So Dene and Blanc, it's September 18th in Columbia, South Carolina, somewhere downtown. Bianca did tell us it's downtown, Columbia, South Carolina. And if people want more information, they can go to IG, they can go to the website. There's also a Facebook page. And I love that you say that, just $10 goes to international. And that means you can travel. You can be a Denayer, as you said. You can go to all of the other ones. Now, do you know what's coming up maybe close by?
Yeah, so Greensboro, which I'm going to that one, is September 25th. That's in North Carolina. And then I'm also going to Savannah. I think Savannah is a week and a half after ours. I'm not looking at my calendar.
Okay.
But I think it's like September 25th or whatever that
So there's still time for people to enjoy a Dene and Blanc. Savannah is beautiful. Just go for the weekend and go to Dene, and then Greensboro, great college.
Greensboro. I think A&T has a game that Saturday, so theirs is on a Sunday. So that's a great one.
And make a weekend.
I know. And then actually Atlanta is October 19th.
Oh, wow.
So theirs is on a Sunday, so they're the day behind us. So I think a lot of these cities have done great packages where there are a couple different things happening. But I'm definitely going to enjoy going to other ones and experience, because I was in Charlotte and it was amazing. They had this amazing, I know this is about Columbia, but they had this amazing violinist there. He was so good. He was just great. And so they had a great band too. But I think that's the great thing about it is every host group is going to put a different spin on it. Everybody's going to have different food. Everybody's going to have different entertainment, different things for the eye to see while you're enjoying dinner. So I think it'll be great. But I also want to make sure, Trey, the City of Columbia has been an amazing partner for us.
Right.
So we want to thank them for the space within the City of Columbia. And then we also want to thank the Solomon Law Group, because they're our napkin sponsor. So one of the key things in Dene and Blanc is the napkin wave signals dinner.
Oh.
And so instead of people having to bring their own napkins, since this is the first year, Carl Solomon, the Solomon Law Group, everyone will get a free napkin with Dene and Blanc as a keepsake. So
that's nice. So are there still sponsorship opportunities available?
We do have a few available. So if they're interested, they can email us at columbia@deneandblanc.com, and we're happy to let them know what we have left. But we're excited.
At deneandblanc.com. You can see the Facebook and IG information. Dene and Blanc, Columbia, South Carolina, September 18th in Columbia, South Carolina, downtown. It's so exciting. I'll be there. Bianca just invited me, so I'm excited, and I'm gonna come with my camera. She said I can come with my camera and go live. So I'm looking forward to that. So
now, Trey, I want to tell everybody it's white. Not off-white, not beige. None of that. It's white.
All white shoes, everything.
Well, okay, I will say that you can wear flesh tone shoes. So for women, you can wear those tans or nudes and things like that. Yeah, we will get, but don't come with a white outfit and some purple shoes or red shoes.
What about silver or gold? What about silver, Bianca?
Yes, yeah, you can do silver or gold. Yes,
okay.
I knew Trey was going to ask.
No, I'm trying to help the people of God out, girl. I don't want somebody to get there and get turned around because I know you turn the sister or brother around. So you can wear flesh tone, whatever your flesh tone is, silver, gold, and 99.9% white. Whatever your undergarments are.
Yes. I always tell people to go get you some little white flip-flops, chill out, walk on to where you're going and just hang out. But
can you at least tell us where do people meet up? Because you meet up somewhere and then are ushered to the location, right?
Yeah, everybody has a departure point. So if you have a ticket, you have a table leader that should be communicating with you, and you have departure points around the city. So you meet up with 150 of your other friends.
Wow. Cool.
And then you get instructions and then you start walking. And then you just happen upon this amazing spot. So yeah.
So what about volunteer information? Because someone did say, Maxine says she saw clips of Charlotte, and someone did want to know if there are still volunteer opportunities available.
Yes. So if for some reason you did not get a ticket, we love to have day of volunteers, and you can help us get people in, help us, get the food vendors and all of that. And then once that's over, you can enjoy the night with everyone else. So you can enjoy everything else. So yeah. So if you're interested, you can still email Columbia@DanaeandBlanc.com. That'll come to our email and we will direct you to Tavia, who's our volunteer leader. But yeah, we definitely have that. But we want people, if you didn't get a ticket, please volunteer. And you're only working for a couple of hours and then you can have fun with everybody else.
Yeah. And what time is it? Can you say that? Is that?
Yes. Well, I would say people will start to gather between 5 and 6.
Okay. All right. All right.
And dinner kicks off at 7. I can't tell you that yet.
All right. So you go in, you mix and mingle, and then you get your Solomon Law group napkin, and then it's time to eat.
And you start waving. Yeah. And then we have dinner, and then all these amazing other things happen.
That's right. Yeah. Well, listen, congratulations. This sounds like such an amazing partnership, just a great opportunity. Personally, do you think you will try to do some other cities? I mean, they're getting eaten up. Yeah. Look, girl, Janha and Block Florence or something. I mean,
well, actually, there was a Florence this year. There's already somebody that's doing Florence.
Wow.
Yeah, so Florence just had theirs in July. They were in June. They were one of the first Janha and Blancs across the country. It's like
Florence,
in the
South
US.
Carolina.
Florence, South Carolina. They had their first Janha and Blanc, and it was actually pretty good. And so I actually know one. Yeah, but other cities, if anyone's interested in bringing one to another city, obviously you can't bring it to Columbia because we already have it here. But yeah, I mean, you just call Janha and Blanc International, and they can kind of tell you what's available. But I think it's just a very fun thing to do. To me, it's like a joy. To plan an event like this and have fun. Plus, I mean, we do have a nonprofit partners that we give back to. So I love that we can contribute back to our community, and all of our vendors are African American. Well, most of them are African American female owned. So we're just really excited about really pouring back into our community, and also, making sure our hotels, like people that are coming from out of town, are staying in the city of Columbia hotels, and we're getting revenue from that. So I think it's a really good thing for travel, and especially during this time, and plus it's safer because it's outside, so we're not trying to put you in a building.
and before you go, I do want to mention that you said you are giving back to nonprofits, because I did want to ask, where are some of the proceeds going?
Yeah, so Lifting As We Climb is our main nonprofit sponsor. We're also working with the Hive Community Circle, which is here that assists women with domestic violence and intimate partner violence. So we're really, really excited to be able to do that and to really give back, and also economically propel those other businesses like the Lick, like the Friendly Cater, like Bell's Florist, Sean, Lance donated to us, but other groups that really want to be involved and help people during this time. So we're excited about that. And as we grow, we really, really want to give back to our community in more ways. So.
That is amazing. How are you doing? Little married lady, a married lady.
My baby. She is about to turn 10 months.
Oh my God. I don't think I knew you had a baby.
I had a COVID baby. So my daughter was born last November. So she
Congratulations.
was, yeah, I found out I was pregnant literally 2 weeks before everything shut down. And I was like, wait, what? So being pregnant during a pandemic is very interesting.
Wow.
Yeah. So me and the husband are adjusting, and it's so funny because we always tell people that, like, since she's so used to Zooms, like when I'm holding her and I'm on a Zoom call, she goes like this and she sees the people. It is the most hilarious because she's not used to seeing anybody.
Right.
So anytime she sees somebody new, she's like, I've only seen 3 people: my mama, my daddy, and my grandma. Like, who are the rest of these people? So yeah.
There are other people in the world, oh baby. What's her name?
Jordan.
Oh.
With an I. Jordan with an I.
Jordan with an I. Jordan Shelton.
I love it. I love being a mommy. It's awesome.
Do you?
Well, you know. Yeah.
I do. I do. Well, congratulations. Is she coming to Danae and Blanc?
No, you have to be 21 or older to come to that. Is going to be a mama and daddy night out. But my husband will be there, but that's me. There are no children at Danae and Blanc.
No children.
You cannot do that.
No, you wouldn't be able to do nothing, girl. So.
Not at all. But no, we're so excited. And I'm really excited too to see the fashions. Because if you look at Danae and Blanc, people really do it like big with fashion.
Yeah, I saw someone with a crown on.
Yeah. People get really, really extra with it. So I love that part about it. Oh, and we have a contest for that too. So if you have an awesome outfit, you may win.
Oh wow! So there's a contest, and what can someone win for having the? And is it the best contest? Is it the most outlandish outfit? What is it?
It's just the best outfit. So we don't really categorize it, but after the event, we'll have screenshots. We'll put them on social, and the people choose.
Okay, and is it best female and best male?
Yeah. So whoever wins gets a really good gift card to a great place here in Columbia. So we're excited about that. Awesome. So bring your fashions. We're excited.
Bring your fashion.
Oh, and also the best table setup.
And the best table setup. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So we provide the floral, but if people do candles, people do all kind of landish stuff. I think in Charlotte, somebody had a canopy over their table.
Oh wow.
So people really, really get into it. It's
really, but again, you got to carry all of that. But I mean, I don't know.
People get very creative.
It ain't for me.
I don't know, Trey. We might turn you into a Danae.
I love the concept and the whole. I just can't see lugging all of that around. I just can't.
It's not a lot. You gotta learn how to pay. You gotta learn how to use your luggage cart.
Yeah.
And your trolley dollies. A lot of people buy those.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, you're gonna see some very interesting. You're gonna be like, oh, that's smart.
I'm looking forward to see, and that's the thing. I guess you got to look and see how people do it, and then you can do it the next year. Yeah. All right.
So we're excited. Thank you.
We are excited too. Thank you so much again for coming and for sharing with us, and congratulations on this new effort and for the baby. Congratulations.
Mommyhood. The best hood. I love it.
All right. Bianca Crawford Shelton, or Bianca Shelton, as her husband says. With Danae and Blanc. Check it out on Facebook, Instagram, and they also have an amazing website for more information. Thank you, beautiful, so much for joining us today. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. All right. So listen, if you have a product or service that could help someone cope with COVID, please go to the TailorMade production page on Facebook and inbox us. We would love for you to feature your story on coping with COVID. If you have a product or service that could help someone cope with COVID, please email copingwithtreitailor@gmail.com. We've got a banner that will tell you what the email address is, coping with COVID, copingwithtreitailor@gmail.com. I'm going to get it up for you. There it is. copingwithtreitailor@gmail.com. And we would love for you to be a proud sponsor of Coping with COVID, just like all of our sponsors, SCDHEC, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities. Also, there it goes. Palmetto Media Connections, Palmetto Painting Services, Agape Counseling and Training Center, also the Comet Bus System, the Diabetes Advisory Council that sponsors Wellness Wednesday, also Javis Tax Service, and the Fifth Circuit Solicitor's Office. We would love for you to be a proud sponsor, just like all of our sponsors. As usual, I leave you with a reading from Jesus Calling, and today is September 2nd, and today Jesus says, living in dependence of me is a glorious adventure. Most people scurry around busily trying to accomplish things through their own strength and ability. Some succeed enormously, others fail miserably. Both groups miss what life is meant to be, living and working in collaboration with me. Jesus says, when you depend on me continually, your whole perspective changes. You see miracles happening all around, while others only see natural occurrences and coincidences. You begin each day with joyful expectation, watching to see what I, Jesus says, will do. You accept weakness as a gift from me, knowing that my power plugs in most readily to your weakness. You keep your plans tentative, knowing my plans, Jesus says, are far superior. You constantly live, move, and have your being with me, desiring that I live with you. I live in you, and you live in me. This is the ultimate adventure that I offer you. That's your Jesus Calling for today, Thursday, September 2nd. Hey, don't forget tomorrow, Reverend Carey, Grady with Reid Chapel will talk about COVID outreach. And then we'll also talk to Kim Janha with Kinship Caregiver. She's a Kinship caregiver. She's with a Kindred Heart, and she's going to talk about pandemic assistance for Kinship caregivers. Also, we're going to speak with Conley Ann Ragley. I was looking for there it is. I don't know I was looking for the graphic for tomorrow. Conley Ann Ragley with the Department of DSS will talk to us about pandemic EBT for children. All of that, there it is. All of that and so much more coming up tomorrow on Coping with COVID. Until the next time, I wish you peace, abundant blessings. Take care. God bless. Stay safe. And don't forget to wear your mask over your nose and under your chin. I'll see you later.
Coping with COVID. Updates on the pandemic and information to help you thrive and survive COVID-19. It's brought to you by the South Carolina Department of Health and Environmental Control. Visit scdheck.gov for an updated list of testing sites and important information on how to protect yourself, your family, and friends from the coronavirus. SCDHEC. Healthy people, healthy communities. In it together and the South Carolina Diabetes Advisory Council, presenting Wellness Wednesday every Wednesday on Coping with COVID. The City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, helping to meet the needs of small, minority, and women-owned businesses in the City of Columbia. Log on to columbiasc.net/OBO. Agape Counseling and Training Services. Call 803-779-2777 for licensed professionals of counselors and social workers helping families, engaged and married couples, and individuals of all ages gain an understanding of all aspects of their lives. If you're having a challenge coping with COVID, contact Agape Counseling and Training Services at agapects.com. And Palmetto Media Connections, connecting media and communities together. Coping with COVID, brought to you by SCDHEC. In it together, the Diabetes Advisory Council, the City of Columbia Office of Business Opportunities, Agape Counseling and Training Center, and Palmetto Media Connections.
Coping with COVID with Tre Tailor.